If we want to finish this mission, we gotta use some self-control. It's time for a GenX update. Well, the man in the back said everyone attack, and it turned into a ballroom blitz, it would seem. There is absolutely no way I can do a comprehensive catch-up of everything that has happened even today, let alone since the last update. In 2018, Steve Bannon, remember Steve Bannon? Said in an interview that the Democrats don't matter. The real opposition, he said, is the media, and the way to deal with them is to flood the zone with shit. Welcome to the shit flood. You may have noticed that it is very difficult to keep up with Trump's flurry of executive orders, which essentially do not a lot. And the unelected billionaire who's currently hacking into Social Security, the Department of Education, the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ, Veterans Affairs, and probably has your whole list of subscriptions from Rocket Money. Maybe you can ask him how you can save. We know that this is intentional. That doesn't mean it's harmless. Yes, he signed an executive order banning transgender athletes from playing sports. So, all 10 transgender athletes nationwide showed that, oh right, and DEI is over and we will only be hiring people on the basis of merit if they are white people with rich parents, as God intended. Yes, Trump did have a joint press conference with Benjamin Netanyahu where he said that he was going to turn the West Bank into the French Riviera by sending in American troops. I'm sure that will go very well and have absolutely no problems whatsoever. It'll be as successful as Trump steaks. The Phantom Menace said that the West Bank has been unlucky for Palestinians, while Bibi just smiled next to him. The bottle of orange juice with extra pulpatine has also said that Palestinians will leave Gaza because they don't want to be there anymore. And then, while talking out both sides of his mouth, one from his face and one from his ass, said that everyone will be welcome in the new West Bank, including Palestinians. Very plausible. Very likely. Very well thought out. The Grammys happened. Those were fun. Cabaret was great. Until the end. Members of a right-wing Zionist group, do you hear how that sounds? Are handing out pagers to the critics of Israel. This is, of course, in reference to the explosive pagers that Israel used in Lebanon. Totally normal response to criticism. I turned 50 recently. Now, how do I know that, aside from my knees and my birthday? Because in a moment of exasperation, I uttered the words, "Jeez, oh, Pete." I'm sorry. What? Jeez, who? Ma'am? Jewish ma'am? Apparently, at some point, we all turn into a Midwestern grandmother. No one told me. Anyway, I had my colonoscopy done, and it's time for you to get yours if you're my generation. You're welcome. Mainly because we shouldn't let Elon Musk be the only person up our asses. Due to everything I've mentioned up until now, and way more that I didn't mention, tensions are high. I don't just mean at the top level. I don't just mean in DC, nor do I just mean everyone in America versus Elon's little muskrats, none of whom have a fully formed prefrontal cortex downloading all of our information onto their servers. Nope, I mean us, the American people, are at each other's throats, which means that we are at the rage death. Well, welcome back, asshole. So, yeah, there's a lot, and it's hard to stay focused, right? Sure. But I'm gonna tell you a little secret, okay? All the problems that we're currently having were not caused by the voter that you are yelling at online. Nope. Like right now, we have a wealth of Middle East diplomacy experts all over the internet yelling at progressive voters who didn't want to vote for Kamala or Biden because of their insistence on continuing to arm Israel. Now look what you did. Because now Trump's gonna make you way worse. I need you to stop this. Because we need to point our anger fucking upward. Because by blaming the voters, you are forgetting the fact that all legacy media had guidelines on how to talk about Israel and Gaza. You're just forgetting that they weren't allowed to say Palestine or ceasefire. You would be forgetting that under Democratic leadership, we cracked down harder on college protests than we're currently cracking down on Elon Musk. Which means the problem is not with the voters because they shouldn't have to eat shit, right? But right now, we're being foie gras a whole lot of shit. Collective action and organizing does not mean finger pointing. You can't do it at Trump voters either, I know. But if you're sitting around waiting for them to realize they've made a mistake, you need to stop sitting and wait. We keep saying, trust the process. Trust the process. But the process is progress. Do you hear me? The process should be progress. But y'all didn't trust it. You didn't trust progress. We just kept capitulating more and more to the center. And I could yell forever about how we got here, but it will not get us out. There are people who are currently removing pronouns from email signatures to protect women. Thank God. Phew, those were really upsetting me. What the fuck? The actions that you take need to benefit both you and your community. So maybe you're looking at a credit freeze because you're a little worried about someone having all of your info. Maybe you're donating to your local food pantry or love fridge. Maybe you're finally reading that book that you need to read. Maybe you're at the Capitol's protesting. Maybe you're just checking in on people. Maybe you're doing a really good job of spreading information and not panic. Whatever it is that you're doing, stop wasting your time yelling at your fellow Americans about how we got here. My point of all of this is you can stay focused on one or two things. You cannot focus on everything. Also, stop fucking yelling at each other. Yell up. Up. Call your senators every fucking day. And even though sometimes their mailboxes will be full or they just won't answer, bother them. Look into community organizations. I'm gonna keep fucking saying it. I know you hate it. But unless you like the taste of shoe leather and have your tongue out, this is kind of what we gotta do. That's all for tonight. Remember, we're Gen X. We just make this face. We can't help it.